Why is it that no matter how much you train a VA, a lot of decisions or a lot of small things always end up back in your plate? If you're a busy founder, let me ask you something. Why does your day still feel full even after hiring a VA? You brought them in because your attention was getting drained by work and it didn't need your brain, but it kept demanding it anyway. Emails hitting at your inbox at 7 a.m., calendar juggling every afternoon just to find 30 minutes to think, follow-ups for conversations you already mentally closed 3 days ago. It was all this small, relentless friction that quietly ate into your day and into your deep work focus. At first, it did work exactly how you would hope. Your inbox stopped ambushing you before coffee, your calendar actually had gaps between meetings. For the first time in months, you could think about your product, your roadmap, your strategy, and finally test that pricing experiment that you always wanted to do. And instead, you were spending all this time on Slack. You're not spending time on Slack anymore. But after a few months, your customer volume doubled, support tickets stopped being simple requests and started carrying more subtext. It just became more complex. And a refund request wasn't just a refund anymore. It was a signal that there was a feature gap or some part of your business that was driving people away or a competitor was moving in. There was just more complex things that were happening. So what did you as a founder do? Well, you try to upskill your VA. Hey, virtual assistant, can you please do more? So you shared Loom walkthroughs. You explained your reasoning on past decisions. You built a template so they could handle more without you. And this is where a lot of the founders and clients that I talk to get stuck. Because the moment the work shifts from execution to judgment, it's hard to upskill. It's hard to go over that gap. It's not because your VA isn't smart. It's just decisions you're making aren't as easy being rule-based anymore. They depend on things that move constantly and a lot of context that you might be having. You know which customer already escalated twice last month. You know your churn rate ticked up 4% this quarter and you can't afford to lose another annual contract. You know which exception you can make today and which one sets a precedent that might haunt you in 6 months. That context isn't documented and that virtual assistant may not know. It lives in your head, shaped by timing, pressure, risk tolerance that might change weekly. So where your VA drafts a response for a cancellation request, it just doesn't feel right. It comes back with a note like, hey, can you take a look? You go take a look. You soften the tone because this customer mentioned a budget concern 2 weeks ago and you don't want to let them go. So you reorder the paragraphs because you're launching a new feature next Thursday and the timing matters. You add one line about their specific use case because retention is already kind of shaky this quarter. It takes you, 5 to 10 minutes. It takes you 5 to 10 minutes. And this happens 12 times a day. Slowly, the real problem becomes a little bit more clear. You're trying to train someone on instincts you haven't fully articulated yourself. And that's where the real reason founders really get stuck. If you're feeling this right now, it's not necessarily a training problem. It's a structural mismatch that hits almost every busy founder. So that's exactly where Hermesi tries to solve. And this is something that I also solve, and I wanted to solve this problem for my companies as well. So we help busy founders build the right support layer using elite EAs that really specialize in execution, judgment, and follow through in the right places without everything coming back to you. So common support if this hits you, and it's important.